know what's the dumbest thing I've ever heard a politician say? I've heard some pretty dumb shit. But, I mean, this is just one of the many dumb things, stupidest things I've heard in my life that I've heard politicians say. Abrazos, no balazos, which means hugs, not bullets, which is fucking stupid. That was from the former Mexican president, AMLO, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. Stupid. It just perceives to the world that he's some weak old man. He's not tough on crime, not tough on the border, doesn't do anything to help the people out, just lets the criminals have their fucking way because he wants to combat them with kindness. It's like, oh, kill them with kindness. Like, what kind of garbage is that? Like, you're just gonna say, oh yeah, you know, this person killed my family member and now I'm just gonna pray that they find God, and I'm not even mad at them. And I understand that's a religious thing. That's you know, people look at that from a religious standpoint. But it's like, no, there's some things that are just unacceptable, and people should pay the price, and they should pay fully. So that family member's not coming back, or you know, whatever the case may be. So that person needs to suffer. Same way that the victim's family is suffering, this motherfucker needs to be put to death. So that's my whole standpoint on them. But anyways, I digress. There is no exact topic for this Bailey News Network, this episode. Last episode, I touched up on what's going on with the whole P. Diddy thing. So I touched up on that very briefly. I kind of sped ran it. And today I'm going to speed run through that topic again, and speed run through a bunch of other topics. So, as we all know, P. Diddy is doing time in jail right now. And I was criticizing how they didn't bring up that a lot of the victims are children. I was like, why aren't they mentioning that? But now it's starting to come out. Now it's starting to come out from the people who work at the shipping containers, and even the federal government themselves, DOJ, I believe, has said a lot of the victims at the time of the crime were children, ages 5 and up. It's fucking crazy, right? Fucking crazy. Meanwhile, this guy's lubing himself up. He has a fucking 50-foot bed, lubing himself up with other dudes like fucking Ray J. Types of shit. Fucking totally disgusting, right? Totally disgusting. So, let's see this. The TikTok video that went viral. What P. Diddy and shipping containers have in common. Now, it says that P. Diddy has an island, right? And he lives nearby some storage containers. And the workers there are on strike right now. So, all the port workers, as you all know, they're on strike. Maybe you've heard of that, maybe you haven't.
But the names that we're going to name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. These are individual cases. There are indeed other perpetrators involved. They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed. They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. And I'm talking about the people that participated, encouraged it, egged it on. They know who they are.
Individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person who has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties, end quote.
Nobody's talking about the fact that old Kamala Harris has ties to the Diddler. And his Howard parties, where a lot of AKAs attended.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. And I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When you talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. The time frame of the acts complained of is very wide. The conduct at issue spans from the years 1991 all the way till this year, 2024. If you wonder why there are so many alleged victims, that's your answer. We're talking about more than 25 years of this type of conduct. Now, although most of the victims who have stepped forward were victimized after 2015, this has been going on for a very long time.
Diddy's private island, shipping container island right across the way. Diddy's island with all of his friends, just a short drive away from a very huge island platform full of shipping containers, and you have to go right next to the Coast Guard. We all know what's been sealed and talked about. What are the odds that this man lives on this island just a short walk away from this entire platform of shipping containers? Come on, what do Diddy and shipping containers have in common? Did anybody else know this? This right here kind of blows my mind, because if I was some star, the last place I'd go put my island is anywhere close to anything like that. So why in the world are these two so close to each other? And what do these and this have in common? And the fact that you have to go right past the U.S. Coast Guard, that's pretty ballsy. But hey, Diddy's island that just got raided is a short boat ride away from a whole bunch of shipping containers. Do you see the connection?
We also have another major issue going on in our ports right now, and I just wanted to speak on it, because I don't think a lot of people understand why they're striking. One of the major reasons I've been seeing coming out of videos and reports from people talking about it is that they get tired of hearing children screaming inside the containers. Yeah, you heard that right. The workers are striking, and then one of the main reasons is they're tired of hearing humans being shipped over and screaming and banging on the inside of the shipping containers to get out.
If these accusations prove to be true, then the sick world of the Illuminati underground that the Diddler lorded over has created a stench that has risen to the level of poisoning national security and the American economy. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.
They said the reason they're on strike is because they're tired of hearing children and humans inside the containers screaming for help. So they said they're tired of it. And I talked about this yesterday with a friend who I'm not going to name. We talked about this yesterday, and he was saying that because they're tired of hearing this, they know what's going on. So they know what's going on, and they're tired of it, meaning they can only take so much of it. Why even take it to begin with? I think that makes them just as guilty. And then you have to get past the Coast Guard to get to the storage containers. And why does P. Diddy live right next to the fucking storage containers? That's pretty fucking weird. Pretty fucking weird. But if you know, you know. I mean, just add to P. Diddy plus island full of storage containers equals human trafficking, equals child sex trafficking. I mean, crazy, dude. So, and the Diddler, as people call him, the Diddler is not even the one in charge. He's just a little fucking aspect of it. And they're just throwing him under the bus to try to give us a perceived victory, when the real ones who are in charge are in the shadows somewhere. Pretty disgusting people are running our government, are running our lives, and they're getting away with it. U.S. presidential election top 10. How is Sean P. Diddy Combs connected to Obama, Harris, and Trump? So I know in a video that Obama came out with P. Diddy, he was a senator at the time. They were both fucking sweating, panting. I've never seen videos of Trump and P. Diddy. I've seen pictures of it, but I'm not sure what to make of that. I mean, if Trump is guilty of something, fuck it, hold him accountable. But you guys are just like trying to press Trump, right? You guys are trying to press Trump, and he hasn't been found guilty of anything. You guys just make him guilty. It's like how you did Alex Jones. But hey, if people know the shit that's going on and if they're guilty of something, get fucking answers. Like P. Diddy, yeah, he should be in jail, but at the same time, they should be pressing him for fucking answers, pressing the fuck out of him, dude. And once they get those answers, death penalty. That's the way I see it. The Minnesota Star Tribune. P. Diddy accused of sexual misconduct by 120 people, attorneys say. 120 people. I believe there's way more than that we don't know about. This motherfucker, the Diddler. Oh man, he's gonna do time. He's gonna do some fucking time, but there should be like punishment along with that time, because he could do time and then him getting the death penalty would be the easy way out. That's why you fucking use the RICO system to crack down on anybody. Bring as many people down as you can in this fucking case, because this is like Epstein number 2 in a way. I think Epstein is higher up than P. Diddy. And then there's also Peter Nygaard, who's also doing time in prison. And then there's a CIA agent, I think it's CIA or FBI from San Diego, who was making snuff films. He would go down to Latin America and kidnap and drug a bunch of women, and then make snuff films of him sexually abusing them. I saw that on Valuetainment on my Instagram feed. So if you want more on that story, you can check that out on Valuetainment. P. Diddy vows to avoid women and drugs if released on bail amid sex trafficking charges. So this dirtbag is actually asking for a second chance. And my response, my opinion is, no, absolutely not. You're a fucking monster, dude. You're a fucking piece of shit. You shouldn't get no second chances. I'm gonna go ahead and read this article. P. Diddy has made some pledges if he is granted bail. He promised to steer clear of women and drugs if a judge grants him bail. Albeit the missing allegedly agreed to undergo weekly drug testing, and if released on house arrest, visitors will be limited to family, property, caretakers, this and that. So no, it's just him trying to get away with it. And he's gonna brag about it, like how he was bragging about it, calling himself untouchable just a few months ago before they fucking raided him. He was going hysterical, saying that he can't be touched. And now look at him. Anybody can be fucking touched. Especially this fucking Diddler who touches people. Touches fucking kids, dude. Totally disgusting. Chrome to the dome at the very least. Or hanging at the very least. At the very least. And that's after they get the answers after him. So I have no problem with them interrogating this motherfucker like CIA, hard CIA war criminal style. Yeah, anyways. I'm done talking about P. Diddy for the time being. That motherfucker is held fucking accountable. And I hope they give him the worst in jail. I hope they give him the fucking worst. That's what the least he deserves. He should just be put in an eternal hell. Moving on. California. Judge blocks California deepfakes law that sparked Newsom row. So, as we all know, a federal judge on Wednesday blocked a California measure restricting the use of digitally altered political deepfakes just 2 weeks after Gavin Newsom signed the bill into law. The ruling is a blow to a push by the state's leading Democrats to rein in misleading content on social media ahead of Election Day. Chris Coles, known as Mr. Reagan on X, sued to prevent the state from enforcing the law after posting an AI-generated video of a Harris campaign ad on the social media site. He claimed the video was protected by the First Amendment because it was a parody. The judge agreed. So this is Gavin Newsom essentially abusing his power, saying, oh yeah, you can be jailed and you can be fined for putting up memes and putting up fake videos, parody videos, and I'm gonna deem what's fake or not, even if it's fucking real, even if it's fucking truthful, and it just makes it to be funny, but truthful in a funny way. So Gavin Newsom is going out of his way. He's not solving this fucking cross-border contamination. He's not solving the open borders here, sanctuary city bullshit. He's not solving the retail crime, the retail theft. Not solving the gang violence in Oakland. He's not solving the drug abuse all over California and San Francisco. No, he's focused on deep fakes. He's focused on making sure you don't post memes or fucking funny videos regarding the election. on any social media, or else he'll threaten to take you to jail. But luckily that bill was shut down. So good move on this judge here. Fuck Gavin Newsom. He is a tyrant, and he is a piece of shit. And in his podcast also sucks too. All the laws that Gavin Newsom passes with that stupid fucking smile and grin on his face as he lies to Californians is totally fucking disgusting. So throw him in the slammer along with the Diddler. Let them share cells. Give them nothing. Give them nothing. This is exactly what I was talking about here. This is from CBS 8. Cross-border contamination, plaguing the nation, destroying all the beaches. We got a bunch of sewage coming in from Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico, that's flowing out onto our beautiful beaches here in San Diego County, and nothing is being done about it. So when the rain falls, all the trash, all the debris and all that gets swept. But there's even reports of body parts. There was a report a couple years back, and this guy was saying there's body parts being found in Imperial Beach, which most likely are victims of the cartel, the cartel wars and all that. So crazy, body parts being found in the water, dead dogs, tons and tons of trash and plastic and chemicals, and a whole bunch of bad shit that you don't want your kids swimming in. So when they put up these signs that say, stay out of the water, contaminated water, you better adhere to the fucking signs, dude, because this isn't a fucking joke, dude. This isn't a fucking joke. And to see people just letting their kids in and just ignoring the fucking signs, it's such a careless thing to do. I would say it's such a fucking beaner thing to do, because those motherfuckers always look for shortcuts. Yeah, it's such a careless fucking thing to do. Moving on. Migrants convicted of violent crimes get free lawyer under California bill. This is just one of many incentives that illegal immigrants who are granted amnesty, the wave of a magic Kamala Harris wand, as J.D. Vance likes to put it, getting rights to vote. They're getting driver's licenses. They're getting incentives. They're being put up in 5-star hotels. They're getting free fucking Obama funds. They're getting free fucking lawyers. They commit crimes. They kill and they pillage and they rape. They don't get in trouble because there's no record of them. And then they're due for court. They don't show up to fucking court. They're not even supposed to be here. And by the way, they now can buy firearms. They can buy firearms. As they can use one of these, what do you call it, NGOs, or, yeah, they use one of these NGOs' addresses, these fucking libtards, who are aiding and abetting the invasion of America, right? They just allow these motherfuckers to own guns. Dude, they fucking hate you. They will rape your wife. They will fucking slaughter your kids. They will fucking slaughter you and fucking steal your house, and then you pay for it. So, it's just Stockholm Syndrome at its fucking finest with the liberals. And then when people like me speak up against it, we are deemed a threat. People like me deemed the threat because we care about fucking America. We actually care about what goes on in our community, and a bunch of bullshit like that. ABC News, ex-Border Patrol agent says Biden-Harris administration hid spike in terrorist-tied border migrants. So not only are they coming from the southern border, they're also coming from the northern border, but there's more reports about the southern border because the busiest border crossing means it's fucking easier to fucking cross through because everyone's fucking distracted, and they pay border agents off because those border agents want to make money, and the cartels just fucking smuggle them. So the cartels fucking smuggle them to the border, and the Border Patrol smuggles them into the United States. Once they get here, they're smuggled into fucking processing, and then they take the bus to go to the airport. They move them to Democrat cities and other fucking places where they're incentivized. Absolutely crazy. But yet, the hurricane victims only get $750. The Maui fire victims only get $700. Ukraine gets billions of dollars. Israel gets billions of dollars. These fucking illegal immigrants not supposed to be here are getting tens of thousands in incentives. They don't even have to work. It's just a new class, a new brokey class. Just gimme. And oh yeah, I don't know anything about America. I don't know anything. I don't have America's best interest. It's just gimme. That's fucking it. So they're being pawns in a scheme. Pawns in a fucking scheme. And a lot of them are terrorists. A lot of them are gang members. A lot of them are mentally ill. So I understand that the United States has, problems of its own, but now those problems get swept under the rug because we have an even bigger problem now, and it's the open fucking borders. Thanks to Joe Biden, even thanks to Obama too. Thanks to Obama, thanks to Joe Biden, thanks to Kamala Harris. So some evil motherfuckers, and they're not the ones in control of everything. I know they're just taking orders, taking directives. Nancy Pelosi's also in that category as well, and even all the Democrats and Republicans who don't give it any pushback. Like the Democrats and Republicans who all voted for Ukraine, taking more money, and they always say, "Oh yeah, border bill. We put this border bill, and Trump didn't want it." Guy, I didn't know Trump had the last say in things, and that border bill, people don't know, but that border bill, only a very small portion was going to go to the actual border, and they were still going to let people in. And the rest of it was going to go to Ukraine. The rest of it is going to go to Israel. So they're funding the forever wars, as my friend likes to call it, the forever wars. So yeah, there is that. Oh, by the way, guys, I received this at the door today. This says, "Attention, South Region residents." Those are people who live in my area, in the South San Diego area, beach area, kind of. Represented from the San Diego County and Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, will visit randomly selected homes in the South region to ask about health concerns, experiences, and impacts from sewage and pollution with Tijuana River Valley. So, I like the fact that the federal government is finally looking at this. They know what's going on, but they've just been pushing it to the side as they have other issues. They're so focused on getting Trump. That's the only thing with you guys, is they want to get Trump. That's their main objective, to get Trump. Not to help the people of America out, but to get Trump. So I like the fact that the federal government is finally taking a look at it, but the only problem I have with this is it's the CDC. These are the same people who lied to everyone about COVID. So this is the people who, in a way, mandated vaccines. Fauci's out and about. He's on the loose. He should be locked up for life. He should be locked up. Maybe even more than that, honestly. He should also get the death penalty, but we should, get the answers out of him. So this is going to take place from Thursday to Saturday, October 17th to October 19th, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday will begin at 10 a.m. The CDC is going to come to everybody's house. Quite concerning. If they were to come here, I'd press them on COVID. Like, hey, you guys lied during COVID. You guys try to get everyone vaccinated. You guys push these COVID mandates and restrictions and lockdowns, and you guys fucked up the economy. And once again, all to take down Trump, all to make him seem bad. It was Trump who saved vital industries at the time. San Diego transit system. They were going broke. They were going bankrupt. They were going to shut down because nobody was riding the trolley anymore. It was Trump who bailed them out in order for them to exist. If it wasn't for Trump didn't bail them out during COVID, during Gavin Newsom's lockdown. They wouldn't be around. They would be shut down. We would have no trolley system. We would have no buses, no transit system here in the city of San Diego. So remember that. Remember that. Stay out. Water contact closure as advisories listed for San Diego County beaches: Brill Beach, Coronado Beach, La Jolla Trojans Pool, La Jolla Cove, Mission Bay. All these beaches are closed. It's kind of sad. It's sad looking at this picture, looking at the sign, keep out sewage contaminated water. It's literally Mexican shit coming into the beaches of here. So they can solve the fucking problem. They don't want to solve the fucking problem. It's corrupt. Look, the top 10 most dangerous cities happen to be in Mexico. Why? Because the government doesn't intervene. It's a do or die time. But the thing is, they're cowards. They're corrupted. So they've been so corrupted, and they've been so cowardly that it's easier for them to corrupt. And now that they have a woman president in Mexico, it just seals the fucking deal. And then she's a globalist too. Grandfather was the founder of the Mexican Communist Party. Why is nobody concerned? Nobody's pressing her on that because she's a woman. That's why. They want to make history, oh, first woman president. When in history has a woman ever been good at being a world leader? When? Can anybody answer that question? I'll answer the question. It's never. And then I think the only time, you know, I had argued with somebody about this. They're like, oh, yeah, men start all the wars and da-da-da-da. I was like, yeah, we finish them too. And they were like, oh, yeah, but Alexandria, Egypt. Like, oh, yeah, she started a war and lost it badly. So she couldn't even win that war. There's that. It just, it's kind of crazy, all the shit that's going on. It's like the world is heading towards down a spiral into a forever hellhole. People will be fighting overseas for some war that has nothing to do with them, has nothing to do with the benefit of their country or their countrymen or themselves even. Be away from their families, going dying somewhere. And for the ones who do come back, their jobs will be replaced with AI and artificial intelligence and robotics. And the economy will be super, super bad. But those that remain will either be peasants, and then there will be the super, super fucking rich. Super fucking rich and super fucking poor. There will be no middle class. That's the way I look at it. Anyways, I'm going to end this broadcast. This has been an episode of the Bailey News Network. Thank you for joining me. Follow me on X, Jesus Bailey. Follow me on Rumble, and follow me on TikTok, Healthy to the Plane.